Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the Season 6 premiere of The 100 on the CW, as well as give my thoughts on the fact that The 100 has been given an early renewal for the 7th season. And yes, you heard me right, the CW has given an early renewal to The 100, renewing it for Season 7 coming up. And it was before Season 6 even started, which was just a couple days ago now. Just this past week, The 100 Season 6 premiered, and I apologize for the lateness of this review. You guys know how that goes. But The 100 has been one of my sort of mainstays, my sort of staples or regulars on my channel since Season 3. I've been reviewing it regularly. I may have missed an episode or so once in a blue moon, but for the most part I've actually enjoyed reviewing it each week since about Season 3 was when it started, the whole one hit a two-parter and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm happy it's been renewed for Season 7, man, because I remember Jason Rothenberg, I believe a couple years ago or something, said they had a plan if it was going to have to end at Season 4, they had a plan if it was going to end into Season 5, and so on and so forth. So I'm glad they've been able to expand the story as much as they can, and that as far as I know, they still have a plan with whenever it does end. Yeah, excuse me. As far as how many more seasons I think they should go, just generally speaking, I'd say maybe Season 7 or maybe Season 8 I think would be a good amount to stop on. Yeah, just how I can sort of see it formatting wise, I think that'd actually work pretty nicely. But yeah, and as far as this premiere, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, pretty standard. I don't know if I should say standard. 100 is pretty good, but for its usual, I think it's it's right there. It's fine. I did really like Season 5, by the way. I know some people seem mixed on it. I don't know if it's my favorite season, but in terms of its writing quality and sort of in general, really, how the themes and sort of way they're presented have grown in the show, I think Season 5 is a really good example of that. I thought it had really good pacing. I really liked the addition of Ivana Milicevic into the cast, So yeah, I'm not sure how Season 6 is going to play out. I didn't really have any issues with this premiere here, Sanctum. Of course, it picks up pretty soon after we left it. With Monty and Harper, in the future, and them finding a new planet, sort of sacrificing themselves, but yeah, they got to live out their lives and everything. But of course, Clark and the others, they do land on this planet. And it just sort of feels like a retread of, parts of the story we've seen in the show before. I mean, really, that's the whole basis of the show. They land on a different planet. They land on Earth, excuse me. And then they find someone already there, and they're, somewhat hostile. And they haven't seen any other life there so far, but we know, if you guys have seen the trailer, we know there's other characters that pop up there. And that's been the case with a couple other seasons too, different area, and hostiles we didn't know about. So it feels a bit old, maybe. That's probably the biggest weakness of this premiere for me. And of course, there are characters like Murphy, excuse me, that have an issue with Clark because of how protective she was of Maddie last season. To be honest, I don't remember everything about last season. It has been quite a while. That's something that CW has been doing more oftenly, really spacing out their seasons, or even Legends of Tomorrow was a victim of. They had broken up Season 4 so long in the middle of it that I thought it was a new season when it premiered not too long ago. I'm way behind on that, but I want to make sure to stick to the 100 because it is a show I really, really enjoy. And it was pretty good, seeing the planet, the different lighting and everything, finding out how this red sun or whatever can trigger sort of involuntary sort of hostility and aggressiveness in people, and then these insects or whatever they are, pretty different. Although you can tell it's sort of, the woods on Earth, just with the different coloring and lighting and such. But it is what it is with that. And there are some, there's a sweet moment between Clark and Bellamy. A lot of people are still wanting that. I don't really think it would make sense if Clark ended up with anyone else at all. But I'm glad they've taken so long to do it, because of the whole Alexa thing. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't for me. And, yeah, so besides that, there wasn't a whole lot more that happened in the premiere. Octavia does wake up as well. Of course, Abby is still having trouble, with her addiction issues. She does try to help Kane, who wakes up briefly, and I did like him and Octavia's back and forth. Them sort of running each other down over different mistakes they've made. Octavia's still coming off the wrong way for me. I think Kane was in the right there. And of course, Kane ends up having more issues, and seemingly he almost dies, actually, before they put him back in the cryogenic thing, so they can keep him alive while they figure out what to do. I didn't think they were going to kill off Kane there. I'd be pretty pissed. Because he's my favorite character since the show started, along with Clark. So yeah, and I'm also going to be having the chance to meet Henry and Cusick in a couple weeks at Motor City Comic Con, so I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, so, and I'm also questioning why Abby's still alive as well. I feel like she should have died a couple seasons ago. She didn't have much of a use last season besides her addiction issues, and it doesn't seem like much more is done with her right now. I don't know, we'll see where it goes. I feel like she'll eventually go in some sort of self-sacrificial way, but I feel like that kind of missed its moment for impact, but we'll see how it goes. It sounds like I'm being overly critical of this episode, but, again, I thought it was fine. I just don't think we got a whole lot to, sort of pick at with the season so far, and it is only the first episode, so we'll see where it goes from here. Overall, I'm giving it about an 8.4, 8.5 out of 10, somewhere in there. You guys can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.